Once you accumulate a lot of different fragrances, you kind of start keeping them around for certain specific reasons. Like maybe you'll keep a scent in your collection because it has beast mode performance, and that's the main reason why you keep it around. Or maybe you'll keep one in your collection because it just gets you a ton of compliments, even though maybe you yourself don't care for the scent all that much. It works really well and gets you positive feedback. Or maybe you just keep one around because it's versatile and wearable, or maybe really cheap and it doesn't cost you a lot of money to spray that one on heavily. Whatever it may be, you kind of start looking at fragrances, certain ones, as like tools. Like everyone has a pair of pliers, everyone has a pair of snips, right? It's just things you use a lot around the house. But for me, I went ahead and picked out 12 fragrances that are 10 out of 10 masterpiece scents that I will keep forever and ever. No reason other than the fact that I think they are amazing and they smell drop dead gorgeous. Some of these don't have the best performance. Some of these aren't the most versatile, and maybe some of these aren't even the best compliment getters. But really, for this video here and this selection, that's not the stuff I'm really caring about. I just look at these, and I smell these rather, and I go, okay, that scent is beautiful. That is a masterpiece, 10 out of 10, and I will never get rid of any of these. And really, it can be a little bit tough for me to make a video like this when I have a lot of things to choose from, and I think that's why these videos oftentimes get a lot of interest as well, because I think you guys are curious as well. So here's what I whittled it down to as of right now. So I will link these down below to Discounter so you can check them out, pick them up at prices below retail. Also, my community tab, I'm posting deals over there all day, every day, and I'm also doing $500 giveaways every single month to one of you guys because you guys are awesome and I appreciate you supporting the channel. So get subscribed, that's all I asked, and that way you can get access to enter those giveaways on a monthly basis, and it really helps me out a ton, and I'm glad to be able to give back to you guys. Let's kick it off with Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Yeah, to me, this DNA, and in particular this flanker, is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. I think this stuff is gorgeous. I love it. And I'm not afraid to say it. Yeah, it's a blue fragrance. Yeah, it's one that everyone wears, right? At least it's labeled that way. But I just think smell-wise, this cannot be beat. I love blue fragrances. I have pretty much all of them that exist on the market, designer and niche, but this smell is still one of my favorites. It doesn't have the best performance. You know, maybe it's not as modern and trendy as some of the other newer ones that are coming out. Maybe some other ones are better, but all around in terms of scent, this one takes the cake for me. It's even more expensive than a lot of the other ones as well. That's another negative towards this one, but just judging alone on scent, I love it. Next up, we have Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Another one kind of in a similar boat where it's not the best performing scent. It's not the most affordable scent, right? And for some people, you know, it just might not be your cup of tea. It's going to be a gourmand here. But for me, scent-wise, I think it is gorgeous. It's very unique, and there's nothing else out there that smells like this one besides, you know, Tom Ford Noir Extreme Parfum and some clones like Armaf Odyssey Eau de Parfum has a little bit of this DNA sprinkled in, but again, obviously a clone. Talking about other designer fragrances that are just kind of doing their own thing, there's nothing else really like this one. Like, you would have to go out of your way and straight up clone this to get something similar to it, if that makes sense. Just very unique. It's all about this kulfi note in here, which is kind of a dessert from my understanding. Gives off a nice sweetness. It's edible. It's gourmand. A little bit of cardamom. Good dose of tonka bean. Very warming. A little bit spicy. Very sexy for the fall and winter time. And I think it is a 10 out of 10. Same with this one right here. One that it's kind of a guilty pleasure for me. Stronger With You, absolutely. Now, this one does bring back the chestnut accord, which I love in this DNA. You get a little bit of rum in here, which is super cool. Love that as well. Tonka bean, just, you know, the works. Your typical newer designer scent, right? Very sweet, very playful, a little bit on the younger side of things, but the rum does give it a little bit more of a mature level, just kind of bumps it up a slight bit. And to me, out of all of the flankers, this is my favorite. And if you only had to choose one flanker to own, honestly, I would say to get this one. I just think it's the most well-refined. I think it's the best performing, at least on my skin. Maybe your mileage will vary, but for me, it does the best in all of the main categories. But most importantly for this video, the scent. It's my favorite smelling of the line, and I just really like this DNA. I love that chestnut. Kind of has a holiday smell to it. Very warming, very inviting. I just think this stuff is great. Another one that's following kind of a similar footprint, we have Azzaro The Most Wanted. So For me, really, I could have gone with any of the main three, the big three. And in my opinion, that would be Wanted by Night, The Most Wanted, and The Most Wanted Parfum. Now, realistically, the original Wanted would be bigger than The Most Wanted Parfum, right? The Most Wanted Parfum just came out. But for me, in my collection and what I like, those are the big three. Like, that's the trio. So I could have chosen any of them. I just had to pick one. And because I don't feature this one as much, it only made sense to go ahead and throw this one in. Now this one has a nice toffee accord, a bunch of sweetness as well, like your typical tonka bean type of thing going on, right? Very gourmand, very sweet. Great performance out of this one, which is nice. Great compliment factor, mass appeal, but just judging on scent alone, it's really impressive, and it's a great flanker all the way around. Same with this one right here. Love it so much that I got a 150 ml bottle, and this actually was a blind buy, this bottle size, so it worked out in my favor. Going into it, for whatever reason, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm really gonna like this. Because this bottle size is a better price per mil, I'll just dive right into it. And it worked out in my favor. It's the one Royal Night. So this one here I've talked about a good amount on the channel, so it's nothing, new by any means. But the way I've described this one is, it's Dolce & Gabbana the one Eau de Parfum, but better performing minus the tobacco. So they do get you there, right? The tobacco, it makes the DNA, right? But this is still really good. Focuses on the sandalwood. It's actually a little bit more smooth, a little bit more creamy. And what I like to do is I like to layer them. So you get the tobacco, but then you get the longer lasting base from this one. So this could kind of be your fix to that performance issue with the one. I think it smells great. I think it plays on that DNA very well. And again, while it does take out the iconic tobacco note, it still is able to balance it in some other ways, and it smells great. Bumps up this cardamom accord in here, creamy sandalwood, warm, sweet, inviting, and spicy. And it smells absolutely stunning. I'm addicted to this stuff. Now, I think for the price, this is one of the better designer ouds that you can get if you're wanting to start out with oud and you want to kind of ease into it, or if you've been dabbling with it for a while and you just want a nice refined designer level oud scent that's very easy to pull off. You really cannot go wrong with this. Versace Pour Homme Oud Noir, oud, some other woods in here, some saffron. Pretty straightforward. Kind of smells a little bit like Tom Ford Oud would, but more designer level. And so therefore it's going to be a little bit more mass pleasing, a little bit more easier to wear, a little bit more obtainable from a price standpoint, all of that good stuff. Performance is decent from this one. Not a beast mode scent, but it gets the job done. But really what I'm focusing on is smell. And the smell of this one is impressive. Versace, more of a mid-range price brand, but they put out some great stuff, and this is one of them. No surprise with this one, so I'll run through it quickly. Armani Code Absolute, Vanilla, Suede, Tonka Bean, and Orange are going to be really the key players. All you need to know about this one. It's that iconic Vanilla Tonka Bean combination that's being used in excess these days. So nothing new here. And even though it's, relatively common at this point, this still separates itself. I actually smell a little bit of Code Profumo in this one, and I think part of that is going to be the variety of Tonka bean that they're using in conjunction with the suede. So Profumo uses a good amount of leather, so the suede here is kind of dialed back, still getting that Tonka and the hints of vanilla, but it's not going to be as loud and as playful and kind of as clubbing oriented as Profumo. It's more smooth, more warm, and more well-rounded. I love Code Profumo. I actually wore it the other day. I always enjoy it every time I wear it. If I had to choose one, and while it would be very tough, this would edge out Profumo by a little bit, but it's close, guys. I'm telling you, both of them are great, but this one to me is an absolute masterpiece. Toss in a little niche scent up next. Now, don't be too alarmed. Luckily, this one here is actually designer priced. It's more affordable than Bleu de Chanel, which is crazy. It's more affordable than Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Could even be more affordable than Stronger With You Absolutely, depending on where you're shopping and what the prices are doing. That's how crazy it is, and that's how most of this brand is. Mancera Oud Lemon Mint. So this one has lemon, it's got oud, and you know what? These days, they don't list off mint anymore. But I do believe if you were to somehow look back on Fragrantica when they first listed this one, they did have mint, or maybe it's backwards. I can't remember what it is. I think actually now they list off mint, but they never used to. And so that's what it is. The brand, I think, just ended up adding it into the note breakdown. Like if you look on the official website, now they list mint. When it first came out, though, I don't think they did. So it's kind of funny. Regardless of that, you do get a little bit of a green smell out of this, alluding to a minty approach, but it's not really too strong. It's not your typical summer scent either, so don't look at this the wrong way. It's got some sweetness, some oud, some depth to it, but it really smells great. Very unique and very satisfying to wear. To me, it's going to be more of a spring, early fall scent, late into fall, and honestly, even summer nights. Really nice stuff that I think smells amazing. Kind of gets some hype, but it's worth it. Big fan of this one right here. This stuff smells amazing, and I do believe that it's discontinued, or at least it's not looking too healthy on the market right now. John Varvatos Dark Rebel Rider. So my advice to you is, if you got a chance to get a bottle of this one, no matter if it's the 2.5 or the 4.2 ounce, get it while you can, because like I said, it's not looking good, and especially the original Dark Rebel is not looking good. That one's up to like $74, $75 for 2.5 ounce, getting very expensive. So these are going to be kind of just going in that direction, which is unfortunate. But this is a fantastic leather scent with a good heavy dose of sweetness, some smokiness in here. It smells so nice. There's nothing else out there that is like this one. The leather in here is so unique too. It's not like Tuscan leather. It's not like ombre leather. It's a really unique accord, and mixing with the sweeter notes that they have in here just makes it like nothing else I've ever smelled. Performance is not great. Quality is great though. Versatility kind of just depends on who you ask, but scent is all I care about in this video, and this is just one of the best on the designer market. And this next one is a given, and it's also one of the best scents on the designer market. And really for this one, actually, it's got great performance pretty consistently on most people, so it does kind of have a better rating in that category. Quality is amazing. Price is a little bit more expensive, but for what you're getting in return, it's not unjustifiable in my opinion. What else am I missing? Uniqueness. Huge. So this one checks off a lot of boxes for a lot of people. So it's Dior Homme Intense. Like I said, so many things going for this one and hitting the check boxes on so many categories. But if we're just focusing on the scent profile, it has to be one of the best to ever exist. Iris, lavender, ambrette, which is giving off a little bit of a chocolatey smell. I mean, this stuff is so gorgeous. I love this stuff. Every time I wear it, and I do wear it often, it kind of has a way of wrapping you up. It's like you're just getting, I don't know, just getting engulfed by this nice, warming, sweet, smooth scent, and it leaves a nice bubble around you. Not a projection monster, but just a nice little cloud that follows you everywhere you go and makes you feel great. I cannot say enough good things about this. If you don't have this yet, sample it at least, and if you're confident, go for a blind buy. Running down to the end, second to last, we have Tom Ford Abîme Fume. Probably butchering that completely, but it is what it is. Second Tom Ford in this video. Private blend though, so we're dipping into a higher price bracket. Now, why do I like this so much? Well, you guys may know I'm a big fan of Bentley for Men Intense, or I'm sorry, Bentley for Men Absolute. Black bottle. It's right over there. I'm pointing at it, but you can't see what it is. Bentley for Men Absolute. It's all about the cedar wood, pink pepper, incense, right? You guys know it. And that one, what does that smell like? That smells like Gucci Pour Homme 1, okay? Kind of a similar color bottle to this. And Gucci Pour Homme 1 also has cedar wood. It's got a papyrus, olibanum, incense, smokiness, all of that stuff. Now, how does this tie back to this? Well, Gucci Pour Homme 1, created when Tom Ford was the creative director of Gucci. They discontinued it when he left. Now Tom Ford is doing his own things, his own way. And this smells shockingly close to Gucci Pour Homme 1 / Bentley for Men Absolute, but more expensive, more refined, more luxurious, and just a nice little twist on that. That's why I think this is incredible. So yeah, if you're a fan of that DNA Gucci Pour Homme 1, really, you're not going to be doing any better by buying a bottle off of eBay for $200+ when you can buy Tom Ford Abîme Fume for around the same price. Maybe it's a little bit more expensive or a little bit cheaper depending on whatever stupid prices are on eBay. but this is the way to go if you want to get to that DNA and you also want something a step above the Bentley. Nothing wrong with the Bentley, I think it's amazing, but if you have a little bit more money to spend and you want a little bit of a different take on that DNA as well, we're not talking one-to-one clones, but very similar, check this one out. I think scent profile alone, this stuff is a stunner, very unique and very masculine. And we're gonna end this one with Mercedes-Benz Club Black, vanilla, benzoin, and a nice touch of a sparkling ambroxan accord off the top. That smells amazing, and it really kickstarts this one and just gets you smelling good. One of the best designer vanillas you can buy. Not talking niche, not talking, you know, all of indie and all of that stuff, right? Because there's a lot of competition when it comes to some other niche products out there on a higher price point. But designer side, especially more affordable designers, this is just one of the best, plain and simple. And it's crazy that it's from a car designer brand. I mean, that's something. I mean, I think honestly, this could be reworked just a little bit and bottled into a niche scent that goes for $200+ retail, and I think it would still sell like crazy. That's how good this is. Not exactly. I think it could be tweaked a little bit to command that price, and the quality I'm sure could be bumped up, even performance maybe, but you know, it really has a ton of potential, and just in its form right here, it is a stunner of a scent. One of my favorites. I'm obsessed. I bought multiple bottles as soon as I got my first one because I was just hooked. I was like, oh, I got to get more for really no reason because I still have a lot left in my original bottle, and I don't even know if this is my original or not. But the point is, scent character alone, one of the best, an absolute masterpiece. Alrighty guys, that's gonna do it for me. 12, 10 out of 10 perfect masterpiece scents that I will keep for the rest of my life. Guys, these are amazing to me. Just talking about scent profile alone, make me happy, make me feel good, and probably a lot of you guys could agree with some of these as well. Links will be down below. Deals will be going all the time on the community tab. Giveaways over there every month. Get subscribed if you like the content. Gonna try to hit 200,000 by early 2023, hopefully. So if you guys want to join the ride and help me get there, I would appreciate that highly. That's gonna do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.